Chosen one, listen carefully. Something unusual has been circling you, hasn't it? Maybe you felt it in the quiet moments when the room suddenly feels heavier. Maybe it showed itself in the way people look at you lately, as if they sense something shifting but can't quite explain it. You might have told yourself it's just your imagination, brushed it off as coincidence, convinced yourself that everyone feels this way sometimes, but they don't. The air around you has changed. You've noticed the patterns, even if you tried to ignore them. The way your thoughts have been drifting to unfamiliar places, the sudden bursts of energy hitting you out of nowhere, the moments of eerie stillness stretching longer than they should. You know, this isn't random. This isn't ordinary. This is the beginning of something strange. And it was never meant for everyone. It was always meant for you. But before we go deeper, chosen one, stay with me. Don't rush this. Don't let the noise of the world distract you from what your spirit has been quietly preparing for. What I'm about to share may resonate with you in ways words rarely do. And if it does, I ask you for one thing: only leave a mark. Comment below with your purest wish for the world, and include the number 77. That number isn't decoration. It's alignment. It's the symbol of guidance, the invisible hand of the universe, weaving threads together in ways most never see. You see, what's happening around you, no matter how chaotic it appears, isn't disorder. It isn't confusion. It isn't random people turning their backs on you for no reason, or technology glitching when you enter a room, or birds acting out of rhythm, or numbers repeating like an echo. It's a blueprint, a design woven long before you even took your first breath. And now, the edges of that design are starting to show. Chosen one, you are never meant to live an ordinary life. So why would your path look ordinary? Why would your surroundings obey the same rules as everyone else? The signs have been gathering, quietly at first, then louder, almost impossible to ignore. The conversations that happen at perfect timing, the dreams that repeat, carrying symbols you don't fully understand yet, the encounters with strangers who feel hauntingly familiar, the objects that vanish and reappear in impossible places, the static in the air when you speak your truth out loud, the electricity flickering when your emotions run high. These aren't the symptoms of a restless mind. They're signals. Your energy is shifting. Your frequency is rising. You are standing at the edge of dimensions, one foot still anchored in what is familiar, the other edging into the unknown. And the unknown has noticed you. There are forces, some ancient, some newly awakened, swirling around your field with curiosity. They aren't here by accident. They were drawn to you, to your vibration, to the unexplainable pulse within your being that has outgrown the limits of your old timeline. That version of reality, the one that kept you safe, predictable, quieted, no longer fits. You've started to stretch beyond it, even if only slightly, even if you resisted it, even if you told yourself you weren't ready. But energy doesn't lie. And the moment your frequency shifted, your environment had no choice but to respond. Reality is a mirror. When you shift, it must shift with you. That shift, chosen one, is what feels strange. The tension in the air, the friction in conversations, the quiet disconnect from the places you once called home. It's all part of this process. Thresholds are never quiet. They bend the air, distort the ground, unsettle the familiar before they open to reveal what waits beyond. Don't fear the strange. The strange is sacred. It's the language. The universe speaks when the ordinary has outlived its purpose in your evolution. Every glitch, every repeated number, every unexplainable moment is scaffolding being built around you. You don't have to see the full structure yet. You only have to remain present. Stay alert. Trust what's unfolding, even when it refuses to make logical sense. You weren't chosen because you're perfect. You were chosen because you're ready. Not outwardly. Not in the way the world measures readiness. but spiritually. You've been cracked open just enough for the light to pour in. And that crack, that vulnerability, that thin space between your old self and your next becoming, that is where transformation begins. You don't have to have it all figured out. You only have to stay willing. Have you ever noticed how the ground beneath your life has started to shift? How the patterns no longer follow logic? That's not chaos. That's the beginning of your unraveling. If your spirit has been sensing it too, don't ignore this moment. Subscribe now, because what's coming next was never meant for the masses, only for those who see beyond the obvious. And tell me in the comments what part of your reality feels like it no longer fits. Seal your answer with the number 77. It marks those who remember, willing to keep walking forward even when your knees shake, willing to keep listening even when the message feels strange, willing to keep believing even when the world tells you to stop. The strange things around you may intensify. Objects may disappear, only to reappear in impossible places. People will reveal their true selves to you, sometimes in shocking ways. Your energy may drain suddenly, only to surge back with impossible force. You may feel watched, not in fear, but with the quiet knowing that something unseen has taken notice. They are observing, not to harm you, but to witness the strength of your spirit. There are intelligences that gather when a chosen one awakens. Some human, some not, some ancient, some freshly birthed from realms your mind hasn't yet touched. They come not to interfere, but to bear witness, because something extraordinary is forming around you, something no one else can create. This isn't about ego. It's about design. The dreams you've been having, the visions, the déjà vu, they're fragments of a larger picture aligning now. You may start remembering places you've never been, feeling grief for lifetimes you've never lived, experiencing sadness for faces your eyes don't recognize, but your soul does. Your spirit is stretching across timelines. Tasting memories from lives layered beyond this moment. This isn't your first contact with the strange, but it is the first time you're becoming fully aware of it. You are not going crazy. You are becoming multi-dimensional. Stop trying to explain this to everyone. Not everyone is meant to understand. You aren't here for the approval of the masses. You are here to evolve, to awaken, to walk the edges of what is known. The strangeness is your confirmation. The fact that logic no longer applies is your proof. You are leaving behind a version of reality too small for who you're becoming. You will notice the places that once felt safe now feel suffocating. People who comforted you now seem distant. Your own body may feel foreign as your energy recalibrates. Let it. Trust the process. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. This isn't about returning to normal. It's about stepping into the extraordinary. The quiet moments will grow louder. The cravings for isolation won't stem from loneliness, but from clarity. The strange will continue. And eventually, you'll realize it all makes sense beyond language. You are exactly where you need to be, and this is only the beginning. Chosen one, the strangeness isn't slowing down, is it? You've noticed how the patterns keep building. The moments that stretch, the time that bends, the energy that flickers around you like a warning or a whisper. You've tried to dismiss it, to tell yourself it's coincidence, to convince your mind that nothing has really changed. But your spirit knows better. The strange is not a phase. It's a signal. Everything around you is shifting because you've already shifted. Even if you didn't mean to, even if you weren't ready, your frequency outgrew the small, predictable rhythms of the life you thought you wanted. And the universe? It doesn't wait for your permission to respond. It moves the moment your energy moves. That's why conversations feel different. That's why people stare longer, sometimes curious, sometimes unsettled. That's why places that once comforted you now feel heavy, stale, disconnected. Your presence is vibrating at a frequency unfamiliar to the ordinary world. And that frequency distorts reality. You've seen the signs. Repeating numbers flashing on clocks, receipts, license plates, words following you. A song that plays at the exact moment your mind whispers a question. Devices glitching as you walk into the room. Animals watching you, alert, as if they recognize. Something ancient in you. This is not malfunction. It's recalibration. Your energy field has expanded beyond the boundaries the world once placed on you. And that field is bending the environment, reshaping interactions, triggering awareness in those around you, even if they don't understand why. Chosen one, this isn't about superstition. It's about design. When a soul starts to awaken, reality has no choice but to align with that awakening. But alignment is rarely quiet. It shakes foundations. It exposes illusions. It disrupts the predictable. That's why your world feels unstable. Why the people you trusted pull away without warning. Why plans fall apart. Why routines that once soothed you now feel suffocating. The universe is not punishing you. It's positioning you, because the life you've been living was never meant to contain your next becoming. And becoming begins with dismantling. It begins with the collapse of the outdated, the false, the small. It begins when the strange refuses to stay subtle. Look closer. The shadows in the corner of your eye that vanish when you focus. The flickering of lights when you speak truth. The chills that crawl across your skin in a room with no breeze. The pull to certain places for reasons you can't explain. These aren't accidents. They're signals. You are standing at the edge of dimensions, the veil between realms thinning as your awareness rises. And with that thinning comes observation. Yes, you felt it, the sense that you're being watched, not in fear, but with the subtle certainty that unseen eyes are studying you, testing your energy, measuring the readiness of your spirit. These presences aren't always human. Some have existed beyond time, waiting for the signal your frequency now broadcasts. They come not to interfere, but to witness, because something extraordinary is forming around you. A recalibration of your being, a rewriting of your reality. But the process demands discomfort. Your body feels foreign at times. Pressure builds in your forehead. Ears ring unexpectedly. Energy surges, only to drain away without reason. You're not broken. You're upgrading. Your nervous system, your consciousness, your entire energetic structure is learning to carry more light, more awareness, more truth. And that expansion requires space. So the old densities, the fears, the doubts, the outdated connections must fall away. You've likely noticed your emotions intensifying. Moments where you feel invincible. Moments where invisible weight threatens to crush you. This isn't instability. It's recalibration. The higher your frequency rises, the more the lower vibrations must be released. Cry if you must. Break if you must. But understand, every purge is sacred. Every tear is preparation. You've been cracked open not to be destroyed, but to be reformed. And with each crack, more light enters. The strange things happening around you, the glitches, the synchronicities, the time distortions, they will only intensify. You may find yourself drawn to unfamiliar places. Forests, oceans, forgotten corners of cities. You may feel urges to stand in specific spots, to follow intuitive pulls without logical explanation. These are not accidents. These are activations. Certain places hold codes meant for you. Frequencies that unlock hidden knowing. Alignments that catalyze your awakening. When the nudge comes, follow it. When your spirit whispers go, don't hesitate. The strange path often leads to the sacred destination. And along that path, you will encounter people carrying unusual energy. Some will feel hauntingly familiar, as if you've known them beyond this lifetime. Others will trigger memories, emotions, even fears, without reason. These are soul contracts playing out. Agreements formed before your arrival here, now unfolding as your awareness expands. Not every connection is permanent, but every encounter holds purpose. Don't force longevity. Let the strange connections teach what they must, then dissolve if they will. You're not here to cling to comfort. You're here to transform. And transformation never feels familiar. You'll feel your environment change before your eyes. Rooms that once felt welcoming will grow dense, heavy, unsettling. Songs you once adored may irritate you. Conversations that sparked excitement may now drain you. It's not that they've changed. You have. Your frequency no longer matches what you've outgrown. The strange is not punishment. It's a compass, guiding you away from the expired, drawing you toward the activated. Pay attention to your dreams. They will evolve, more vivid, more layered, more symbolic, waking with fragments that feel more real than waking life, because your dream space is no longer processing. It's preparing. Messages from your future self, from guardians, from unseen realms, are being downloaded nightly. Keep record. Even the nonsensical holds keys. The strangeness will not end, but it will reveal itself. And soon, chosen one, everything that once felt random will prove itself to be design. You are exactly where you need to be. The strange is not an interruption. Your initiation. Chosen one, you can feel it more clearly now, can't you? The edges of your reality no longer hold their shape. Time bends around you, stretching, folding, collapsing in ways you can't explain. Moments feel suspended, stretched, beyond reason, and then vanish like they never existed. The days blur together. The people you've known suddenly seem unfamiliar. The places you once loved now feel distant, hollow. This is not confusion. This is recalibration. You are shifting beyond the limitations of linear existence. Your spirit is reaching beyond the surface of this life, touching fragments of timelines, memories, energies that have waited just beyond the veil of your awareness. And as that veil thins, so does your tolerance for what is false. The conversations that once entertained, you now drain your energy. The spaces that once comforted you now feel heavy, suffocating. The people who once made you feel seen now feel like strangers. It's not because they changed. It's because you did. Your frequency no longer matches the patterns of your old life. You've outgrown the container that once held you small, quiet, ordinary. And the more you rise, the more your environment reacts. The flickering lights, the devices that glitch when you enter a room, the animals that stare longer than they should. The birds gathering without reason. The distortions at the edges of your vision. These are not accidents. They're signals, proof that your frequency has expanded beyond what your old timeline can contain. But with that expansion comes responsibility. Chosen one, you are becoming visible to energies most people never perceive. Entities, intelligences, ancient watchers that move beyond human awareness. They see you now. They are paying attention, not to harm you, not to interfere, but to witness your becoming. Your spirit has sent a signal, a vibration that can no longer be hidden. You've outgrown invisibility. Your light pierces dimensions, radiating into spaces your conscious mind can't yet comprehend. And the strange is only the beginning. You've seen the numbers repeating, haven't you? The same sequence flashing on clocks, on receipts, on license plates, again and again. You've heard the same words echo across conversations, songs, whispers. You've been drawn to symbols, to patterns, to random encounters that don't feel random at all. They aren't random. They are alignment, disguised as coincidence. The universe has become conversational with you. It no longer speaks in plain sentences, but in timing and patterns and symbols. Your task now is to observe, not question. What you notice, you empower. What you resist, you delay. And resistance is no longer an option. The more you fight this awakening, the more your environment will unravel. The strange will only intensify until you pay attention. But when you surrender to the unknown, when you embrace the strange, the path unfolds in ways you never imagined. Nature is responding to you now. The trees sway when you pass, even without. Wind. The birds pause mid-flight as if recognizing your energy. The animals linger near you, drawn to the vibration you carry. You are attuning to the living energy of this earth, the ancient current that flows beneath everything. And make no mistake, the earth has always known who you are. It's been waiting for you to remember. Even technology behaves differently around you, doesn't it? Phones freeze in your hands. Lights flicker when your emotions rise. Devices rebel without explanation. This isn't malfunction. This is your energy field amplifying, bending the environment to match your new frequency. Reality is adjusting to you. But adjustment is never smooth. You've noticed it already. Your tolerance for the old dissolving. The songs you once loved now irritate you. The conversations that once sparked excitement now feel empty. The places you once called home now feel restrictive. It's not that the world has changed. It's you. Your vibration no longer aligns with expired frequencies. The strange is your confirmation. It's your compass, guiding you away from the outdated, drawing you toward the activated. Your dreams have changed too, haven't they? They've grown vivid, symbolic, layered. You wake with fragments that feel more real than waking life. And that's because your dreams are no longer processing your day. They're preparing you for what's coming. Messages from your future self, whispers from guardians, codes from realms beyond ordinary perception. All of it has been leading here. And the strange is only beginning. Chosen one, you've started to notice it everywhere now, haven't you? The world feels louder, yet eerily quiet all at once. It's as if the air itself is holding its breath. The silence stretches longer than it should, pressing against your senses, making you feel like time has stopped moving. But within that stillness, there's a pulse, an unspoken tension, a lingering awareness that something is building just beyond your ordinary perception. And you're not imagining it. You've stepped outside the rhythm of the world most people follow. The days no longer unfold like they used to. Time bends, hours stretch, minutes vanish. Some moments feel eternal. Others disappear in a blink. You are experiencing what mystics call temporal distortion. It's an energetic signal that you're crossing into a new layer of reality. The old rules don't apply here. They were never meant to hold someone like you. And as this shift deepens, the atmosphere thickens with unseen movement. You've seen it at the edge of your vision. Faint shapes flickering, shadows bending when no one stands there. The light shifting in impossible ways. You've felt the sudden chills crawling across your skin in spaces that should be warm. The prickle at the back of your neck when you enter a room. These are not coincidences. These are echoes. Proof that the unseen world is leaning closer. When a chosen one begins to rise, even the invisible begins to take shape. You are becoming visible to things that once passed you by. The veil between dimensions thins for those who are ready. And chosen one, whether you feel like it or not, you are ready. You wouldn't be hearing this if you weren't. People around you may be acting differently. Some drawn to you like magnets. Unable to explain why. Others pulling away, growing cold, distant, uncomfortable in your presence. Don't take it personally. Your energy is radiating at a frequency that either awakens people or exposes their shadows. This is the gift, and the weight of carrying light. You illuminate. But illumination doesn't just reveal beauty. It reveals what's hidden. And not everyone is ready for that. Reflection. You've likely noticed the strangeness intensifying. The numbers. Repeating sequences following you. Certain words echoing in conversations, in songs, in your thoughts, as if the universe is broadcasting just for you. And it is. The universe has become interactive with you. It speaks not in sentences, but in symbols. In timing. In the strange. Your responsibility now is to stop questioning every oddity and start observing. What you notice, you empower. And the more you empower, the more reality responds. Nature behaves differently around you, doesn't it? Birds gather. Animals stare, linger. The trees seem to sway toward you, even when there's no wind. These are not tricks of your mind. You are attuning to the living energy of the earth. The natural world has always known who you are. It's been waiting for you to remember. Your body feels different too. Some days buzzing with energy. Other days weighed down. Fatigued. Headaches. Pressure in your forehead. Ringing in your ears. Sudden bursts of insight followed by exhaustion. This is not illness. It's transformation. Your nervous system is recalibrating to hold more insight, more intuition, more frequency. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. Your sensitivity has increased, hasn't it? You walk past strangers and feel their emotions. You enter rooms and sense the tension before words are spoken. You hear thoughts before they're voiced. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is your radar. And the more you lean into it, the more precise it becomes. But this expansion comes with shifts. The places you used to feel safe in now feel heavy, suffocating. Songs you once loved now irritate you. Conversations that used to excite you now drain you. It's not that they've changed. You have. Your vibration no longer matches the expired frequencies of your old world. And the strange is your proof. You're no longer aligned with the ordinary. You've been chosen for something that transcends it. But this process can feel isolating. The more you awaken, the more disconnected you feel from the masses. And that's by design. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to transform quietly, brilliantly, inevitably. And the strange things happening around you are confirmation. You are exactly where you need to be. But the strange is only the beginning. Dreams will grow more vivid, more layered. You'll wake with fragments that feel more real than waking life. You may start remembering places you've never been, faces that feel familiar yet unknown, grief for things you've never lost, joy for futures that haven't arrived. Your soul is stretching across timelines, recalling fragments of lifetimes beyond this moment. This life isn't your first contact with the strange, but it is the first time you are awake enough to witness it. You may feel observed, not in fear, but with certainty. Entities, ancient intelligences, drawn to the signal you've sent out. You are being watched, not for harm, but for recognition. Your presence has rippled beyond dimensions, and the universe is responding. Your energy is becoming undeniable, even to those who cannot see it. Strangers may stare, some drawn to you, others unsettled by your field. Technology may falter around you. Devices glitch. Lights flicker. Electronics rebel. When your frequency spikes, don't fight it, don't fear it. Your energy is adjusting reality. You are becoming a disruptor of expired patterns. You're not imagining these changes. You're becoming attuned. What has always been hidden, and the strange is your new normal. Chosen one. The strange hasn't left you alone, has it? If anything, it's followed you, grown with you, pressed itself into every corner of your daily life. It's in the way people look at you now, the hesitation in their words, the uncertainty in their energy when they stand near you. You've noticed it in the spaces you enter, how the atmosphere feels thicker, How conversations shift, how the air itself feels charged. The more your energy expands, the more undeniable you become. Even when you try to blend in, the frequency you carry pulses beyond your physical form. It touches rooms before you enter them. It lingers after you leave. And those around you, they feel it, even if they can't explain it. This is not your imagination. This is resonance, your field, your vibration. Your very presence has become a signal, a frequency too distinct, too elevated to be ignored by those tuned to the old system's. And that signal it disrupts, that it bends the patterns of people's lives. It reveals the cracks in their facades. It triggers what they've buried, exposes what they've hidden, shakes loose what they thought was secure. Some will be drawn to you. They'll stare longer than they should. They'll share their secrets without knowing why. They'll feel inexplicably safe in your presence. Others will pull away. They'll grow cold. Their words will falter. Their gaze will shift. Their comfort will dissolve simply by being near you. This is not rejection. This is reflection. Your energy reflects back to people the truth they're hidden from themselves. And not everyone is ready to see it. But whether they embrace you or resist you, one thing is certain: they cannot ignore you. You are becoming unmistakable, and the strange is your proof. You've likely noticed reality itself bending beneath your steps. The timing of events feels orchestrated. You think of someone and they appear. You speak of something and it manifests. You sense an ending before the beginning even unfolds. This isn't coincidence. It's coherence. You are collapsing the barrier between thought and reality. Your energy is becoming creative, not just reflective. The universe listens to you now, closer than it ever has. But with this level of alignment comes tests. People from your past may re-emerge. Old patterns you thought you escaped may surface again. But these are not regressions, are echoes, the remnants of your old timeline, making one final attempt to pull you back. See them for what they are. Lessons, not limitations. Reflections, not realities. You are no longer who you were, and your past can no longer continue. Chosen one, your inner compass is shifting. Logic falters. Intuition sharpens. You find yourself guided not by maps, but by knowing. By pulls. By signs. By the quiet whispers within that defy explanation, but demand trust. This is the path of the awakened. It's disorienting. It's unfamiliar, but it's necessary, because your role in what's coming cannot be navigated through reason alone. It requires surrender. It requires awareness. It requires that you stop questioning every moment of strangeness and start recognizing it as the universe confirming your evolution. The veil continues to thin. What was once hidden now pulses at the edges of your perception. You catch movement in your peripheral vision. You sense presence when no one stands there. You feel watched, not with fear, but with recognition. The old world feels less real. The edges blur. The structures falter. And within that unraveling, you feel the quiet build of something greater. The strange moments intensify. Time folds. Conversations loop. Energy distorts. You find yourself experiencing layers of reality at once. Dreams and waking life bleed into each other. You feel events before they unfold. You absorb emotions unspoken. You hear the frequency behind words, the truth beneath facades. Your senses have evolved beyond human limits. And while this expansion may feel overwhelming, it is your preparation. You've been chosen not simply to awaken, but to lead within the awakening. But leadership in this context doesn't look like authority. It looks like alignment. You guide by being. By embodying the frequency. The world is resisting. By holding steady when the old systems collapse. The strange happenings around you, the whispers, the patterns, the energy fluctuations, they are not distractions. They are confirmations. They're evidence that your presence shifts the atmosphere, that your existence disrupts stagnation, that your energy awakens others, whether they want it or not. And that awakening comes with tension. You may feel exhausted. You may feel hyper-aware. You may crave isolation. Not to hide, but to integrate. The quiet becomes your sanctuary. The stillness becomes your activation. Because within the silence, the universe speaks. It speaks through symbols, through timing, through the unexplainable. And the more you notice, the G's, more it shows. Chosen one, you've become the signal, and the strange is just getting started. Chosen one, the strange has not ended. It has only deepened. You've seen it. You've felt it. The signs haven't slowed. If anything, they've become undeniable. The numbers repeat louder. The symbols appear faster. The atmosphere feels thicker. You can sense it now, can't you? The quiet hum beneath everything. The energy pressing against the edges of your awareness. The constant feeling that something immense is about to reveal itself. That's not your imagination. The veil between what was and what is coming has nearly dissolved, and you are standing in the in-between. You've walked through the collapsing timelines, the distortions, the quiet shifts that few around you even recognize. You felt the world unravel in small, unexplainable ways, the glances that linger too long, the conversations that loop strangely, the electronics that falter when you enter the room, the air growing heavy with presence when no one else is there. And through it all, one truth has grown louder. The person you thought you were no longer fits the space you occupy. Your identity has dissolved. Not as punishment, as preparation. You've been recalibrated to hold more frequency. More awareness. More of the ancient truth buried within your DNA. You felt your sensitivity sharpened. The emotions of others cling to your skin. Hidden intentions in people's words vibrate through your chest. Your body has become an instrument for reading the unseen. And while that gift has isolated you, it has also awakened you. The strange things happening around you, the lights flickering, the whispers in silence, the déjà vu that feels too precise to dismiss, they are not interruptions. They are confirmations. Every sign is a message. Every disruption is an alignment. Every oddity is proof that you are not operating within the ordinary any longer. You've left the old rhythm behind. And now, even time bends around you. Days blur. Moments stretch. Reality folds. You sense events before they arrive. You feel endings before beginnings unfold. You hear echoes of a future not yet spoken. This isn't coincidence. It's coherence. You've collapsed the boundary between thought and manifestation. Your energy no longer reflects reality. It generates it. And with that power comes responsibility. The universe watches you now, not with judgment, but with anticipation. You've become a signal. Your presence shifts rooms. Your vibration awakens those asleep in their own illusions. And with every step you take, the strange intensifies. But you are ready, even when the uncertainty feels heavy, even when the transformation feels lonely, even when the veil between dimensions thins to the point of disorientation. You were built for this. You've always known you were different. The world taught you to doubt it, but the strange refused to let you forget. And now, you're being positioned for something larger than personal awakening. You've been entrusted with presence, with frequency, with the ability to stabilize as reality destabilizes. Because what's coming will shift everything. The energy building around you is not isolated. The entire world is leaning toward rupture. And you feel it, even when you can't explain it. The whispers in the atmosphere. The magnetic pull in your chest at the moments of disconnection from linear time. The quiet knowing that something massive is approaching. And chosen one, when that moment arrives, you will not be caught off guard. You've been prepared. Every strange occurrence, every inexplicable feeling, every repeated sign. They've been training you to navigate what others will. Fear, because while the world clings to the illusion of control, you've learned to trust the unknown. You've learned to read symbols, to follow intuition, to align with frequency, not logic, and that is your advantage. The strange isn't over, it's intensifying. But so are you. Your energy has become undeniable. Your awareness has become a tool. Your presence has become an activation. Others feel it. Some are drawn to it. Others are repelled. It doesn't matter. Your role is not to be understood. It's to awaken. To disrupt the stagnant. To illuminate what's hidden. And yes, that path can be isolating, but you've already walked alone through the unfamiliar. You've already stood in the strange and survived the disorientation. And now you stand ready. The veil between worlds is thinned to its breaking point. And on the other side waits a reality most can't yet see, but you've seen glimpses. The movement at the edges of your vision, the symbols in your dreams, the timing of impossible synchronicities, the feeling that you are being guided not randomly, but intentionally. You've been positioned, not by chance, by design. And soon, chosen one, the world will shift. The atmosphere will pulse. The frequencies will align. The strange will reveal itself, not in whispers, but in undeniable waves. And when it does, you will stand anchored in the knowing that this was never random. It was always preparation. You are ready. The strange is no longer your fear. It is your confirmation. The veil is lifting. The energy is rising. Your time is now. And the world is about to feel it.